Alright, let's go. This is my Nomad Cup, casting again, now with some sets I didn't have time to cast the other day. So we have 1650 to 1800 ELO bracket, second highest of the brackets. Could I add exclamation mark brackets to the command as well, actually? Because that could be useful as the players are placing their town centers here. Brackets, there we go. And they're chatting a bit like T means that they're placing the dock somewhere. NYC happy here with TC on the shoreline. I'm usually not loving these kinds of positions because you're very much dependent upon winning and holding water to not risk the TCs being idled or taken out by naval forces. So see on the... So that goes for both Azu and NYC happy actually. They're quite close to the shoreline. Could become an issue as the game moves on, but we'll see how that progresses. A note about Ayre Esports as well. Azu's original teammates couldn't make it, so they are switching out with a essentially weaker ELO opponent. So the ELO gap here is actually rather big with Nomad experts being, I think they're actually the highest seed in this bracket. They're fairly high at least, so this is going to be a tough one for Ayre. But let's hope they have a good game after all. As we see the TCs popping up. We have red and blue, red and yellow, sorry, as they appear to be colorblind. Very close to each other here. And the other two on the left-hand side. Yololo quoting the Titanic team, kind of. Yeah. Alright, we need to speed this up a bit because, well, Nomad starts tend to be kind of slow. The action usually happens mainly in the fuel age. So while speeding up and waiting for the fuel ages to kick in here, Asu struggling a bit for food here, I think, or to get the units out, get the eco rolling. No, I think the TC was just late. That makes sense. TC is late, so no idle TC time. Actually, just the TC up a bit late. But that also be paying as well. So they are, yeah, slightly behind here. Talk about civs by the rules, say random civ. So we have Nomad experts here with Ethiopians and Khmer. Interesting. Could see some elephants here from the Khmer maybe, and maybe even some nasty siege. Ethiopians and Khmer both have ridiculous siege. Imagine actually Ethiopians torsion engine heavy scorpions with the Khmer extra scorpions rage bonus. That could be sick. As for the air, we have Sicilians and Indians. So knights and camels on the agenda maybe even the first crusade play with the Sicilians. Haven't seen it in the tourney so far, but if you get a big enough boom, that's an option. The Sofa has been scouting out here, has found the red player to be quite close here. And yeah, it's up for a challenge here against the strong player. Dropping a barracks actually, so looking maybe for some land aggression with scouts here. There's the first player reaching the feud age, so we'll be slowing it down a little bit here. And hola to just for fun. Not working, but watching stream instead. Nice. That's a pretty ridiculous pop going up for Khmer, I'm not gonna lie. It's 38 villagers up, and, well, it counts fish as well. So ridiculous fish investment here for Khmer. Actually, hopefully, Ayre can contest that, so that I'll keep this fish going. This is a huge investment of fish. Totally hype if you cast for games today. It seems like I'm going to make it. Depending on the duration of these games. Sadly, I didn't check it in advance, but I'll try to catch up. Tell your friends. Alright, so the fish investment of the Indians here, they have cheaper villagers as well. So Indians should have a good boom maps like Nomad with the fish to boost that. The scouts are out. Yellow holding back a little bit, but he's being scouted by B-Peng here. No, actually not. His location has been scouted, but the fact that it's going for scout hasn't been exactly been confirmed. Looks like the red player here is aiming for more of a fast castle style play though, because the black metal market is up. And NYC happy now at 43 villagers. Ridiculous. I'm going castle age with the this could be very, very dangerous for Azu. Still in the feudal age here. And going to contest the water a bit with galleys. I mean, later to the feudal age, sometimes it's better to go for the galleys rather than the fire galleys, because then you could use the hit and run and the range to even out numbers. But Azu will be playing a 1 versus 2 on water here, so that's going to be a tough one, especially considering the ridiculous eco and the soon cast age that NYC Happy already has on the way here. Red Rights player 4 goes Scouts. Getting some value here for the Soap of 13. You also can't go Spearmen as easily versus... oh wait, these are Indian Scouts. If Asu had gone for Scouts or Knights or such, the counter unit would deal less damage, so that the Scouts are even stronger, and the Knights, you can't beat them with pikes or Spearmen alone. Some damage done though, that is 1 builder killed, but all in all doesn't make too much difference in the big picture, as Nomad experts are both on the way to the Castle Age here. Helvete satan, fy faen, says O'Connor. That's not very nice, is it? Yeah, here are galleys, 3 galleys and counting for Azu here, forcing at least Nomad experts to invest into water here, but there's War Galley on the way for NYC Happy, and he should have this in the pocket already with the... is it 3 docks now? Or maybe just 2. Still a significant water naval investment, and yeah, fire ship just around the corner, while Azu is just now going up at 35 pop. We'll have to hold off and try and salvage the galleys then to get war galleys out. In the meantime, the Soulful 13 is walling off, but he is up against Ethiopians here, which could be rough. Ethiopians Khmer combination as well, that could be strong in terms of traditional meta play as well, to go for the Ethiopians archers into crossbow and arbalest covered by Khmer scouts, knights, cavalry. Didn't see any scouts from the Khmer, but he's dropping NYC, dropping the 3rd TC here already and producing knights. This is a player that has some experience with booming and producing army at the same time. Also for red and blue, they basically have all of the north side of the map to their disposal now. Azu keeps investing here, but will be losing some galleys before the actual upgrade. Nice demo shot there, takes out 1 fire ship, but it's 5 fire ships now against 4 galleys. So at the very least, Azu needs Bodkin and War Galley ASAP. I don't think he's gonna go into that investment now, losing all of the galleys. It's still producing. So maybe I spoke too soon, but so it's gonna be a rough one to hold, not being able to salvage these galleys. So to the right hand side, we have Bipeng here now dropping a forward castle with Ethiopians. Could even make Shotels to raid now. There's in fact an opening down here. The Sofa actually relocating a woodland now, or going to place a TC down here maybe to have a safer woodland. Monster Siege Workshop, okay. Okay. Is this really the time for a Monk Siege push? It is a beautiful castle though for Bipeng. It takes out quite a few of the farms and the town center and the surrounding production buildings as well. While our Khmer player has some knights out, but Azu for now is walled, is going to keep those knights out. And goes into pike defense here, which is yeah, a good call given the current investment. The one issue is that Azu is losing all the fish though, so Azu's food eco should now be looking not very pretty. Actually 0 on food. Now dropping the farms to compensate, but might become a struggle to keep producing enough pikes and villagers here behind this aggression. Alright. Monk and siege it is. It's not the... I mean, the building placement is a bit odd as well. Maybe the Sofa is hoping for the surprise element here, but the open player could just go archers. Here comes the university actually for some real early politics here, and that'll benefit the castle as well. Alright, monks and siege on one side. We do have cavalry from the Khmer that could help dealing with that though. Only 2 knights out for now. NYC Happy doesn't really go crazy here. He has monks. Yeah, we can see that. Thank you very much. Showtelt entering the field. I have 16 attack, right? So they're going to snipe siege with ease here. So this monk siege push is not going to last very long for the Sofa here, I'm afraid. Their naval investments have been lost as well. I think Blue is just mainly booming here, feeling confident in whatever's happening, and here comes the Siege Workshop as well to start pushing Azu's Sicilian boom over here. Hi, Mancho Baba. Another castle that's definitely going to keep the monks and siege from pushing here. As expanding a little bit here, yeah, the issue here is that it's kind of more narrow to the south here, and NYC Happy already has some pressure going for the Scorpions, in fact. Knight Scorpion push, maybe. Because why not with her? And he's going Imperial Edge. Ridiculous. I'm with the Chinese on the pause issue. But yeah, it's frustrating to go up and down like that. I'm down to high 1200s again, but that's mainly because I'm going no maps, no map bans at all, and also random civ. So Big Peng now pushing here with Sausage and some Showtails, gonna break through here and gonna make the end of this town center. Has the Showtails to snipe villagers quickly and easily as well. Or any defensive siege for that matter. Here comes a castle from NYC. They just have all the north of the map for their own now, and even the waters, so they're fine. Nah, it's not painful for me when Shababa, those Edo points are just a number. If I'd actually studied my recorded games or practiced some build orders, I'd be more consistently higher even with the random civs and maps, but I don't. Enter the Mangonel for the finishing blow here. The Sofa has been collecting gold here for quite a while though, so that's positive. But look at the eco stats here. Ayre is down 60 villagers here, and they're also down in military, so this is looking good for Nomad experts. But the elo gap between these two teams is pretty significant as well. So Ayre are putting up a good fight here, I have to say. Azu has been allowed to boom so far, but we do have the Khmer in Imperial Age going for Trebs and Spear. Oh, and another interface castle here. Castles everywhere. Classic Nomad. TC on the gold, castle on the woodline. Look at the positioning as well. They're really, really neglecting any expansion and escape for Ayre Esports here, because the only chance now for Azu and the Sofa to establish some presence on land again is to try and get some transport going up there. And in theory, it's possible with the Sicilians because they are because they have tankier transport ships. But in practice, not, because Nomad experts are holding the water. Beach looks like it. It's ballista elephants even added here, just to flex. I don't want to become famous today either. We'll just leave these guys at that. 31 military and counting. Pikes mainly for Azu here, some defensive mangonels as well, but this is most definitely rough for the green player. That's the GEG called here. Ayre Esports gets to pick the map next, and the civs will be reversed, so Ayre Esports will be getting the Ethiopian Skmur combination for whichever map they choose. So that should be interesting to see. Yeah, I don't know about the bots. You could just add a filter to some of the text they use, because the text is always the same, but I don't really care. I'll just close them out as they come. Yeah, twice as many resources collected for Khmer as for anyone else. Ridiculous boom. Ridiculous app times as well. 1736 Castle, 2902 Imperial Age. Khmer fast imp, but with a solid eco to back it as well. Impressive. Let's go to the next one. Esports home map. On Water Nomad. Need more mods for your chat. I have quite a few mods. It's just a couple of clicks to stop this bot shenanigans. Let's see if you guys had some short-term goldfish memory here. Alright, I'll do on the sofa picking the crazy map here, picking Water Nomad. It's a ridiculous map. You start on 13 pop, so you have 6 villagers and 7 fish, or the other way around, never remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's 6 villagers. So you need the dock up, you need houses up, you need the TT up. And that's about it. They're not playing team colors here, they're playing green, yellow, and blue and red, but that's fine. Just look a little bit at their scouting. The Sibs have been reversed, Asu and the Sofa with Khmer and Ethiopia. Khmer could be good here for a very fast uptime. Voice is probably choppy because of the stress that loading up a new one with capture age causes. Oh no, this is not what I wanted. Should be good again once the game stabilizes and stuff. Yeah, right. Khmer Ethiopians for Azu and the Sofa. That 100 extra 100 food and 100 gold is going to come in handy for the Ethiopians as well to mass the ships in the village. But let's see what the Sicilians and Indians will do to contest it. Indians with cheaper villagers, saving a tiny bit of food that will maybe allow you to go up more smoothly to the village. And Sicilians that, although I don't know their naval tech tree all that much, it's probably, yeah, I think they have lots of options on water. Let's see here, let's look up a bit. It shouldn't be too far off because of the accelerated start that Water Nomad brings. How is Khmer good here? Ships are not great, no huge bonus. Khmer get faster up to the fuel age, which means they can start massing their galleys earlier in the fuel age. And if you can mass enough fuel age galleys on Water Nomad and take an advantage over the opponent, you can keep them out of the out of the game, essentially, denying woods and golds and everything. So that's the play here. Looks like Indians is going for the fast castle style play here. That should be dangerous, but now let's slow it down again because Azu is up to the feudal age here. So let's see for Azu here. Hopefully producing galleys. There we go. 2 dogs producing galleys. Will you all tab your voice lags? Okay, yeah, nothing I can do about that. Too many processes running, but it's good to know. Absolutely good to know. So, only players producing galleys are Azu and Bpeng. Sadly, Azu doesn't quite know Bpeng's location yet, but Azu does know the location, and Red, and of course, is going straight for the gold to deny gold of Nizaul Fili here. His new name since the previous one. We need to set the scoreboard again. Oops. Here we go. Alright, sniping some fish here. Value for Azu, for sure. There's the feud late for our Nizal Pili here. Nizal Pili. That's a tongue twister right there. While Ethiopian's down here, about to get up here as well, the sofa. And hopefully gonna add some galleys as well. Yep, good exploration, good scouting for Azu indeed. Doesn't know enough about Bpeng's location. I like the addition of a demo raft as well, because as long as the resources are exposed, like here for example, you could get the demolition hit in and kill quite a few villagers. Bpeng is here with the galleys to help his ally. Eco situation slightly ahead for Ayre Esports as well, with 54 eco units to 51. Triple fire galleys for the sofa. That's not necessarily the best idea for this map, because the fire galleys will have trouble catching up since there aren't really any easy choke points on Water Nomad. Who is the higher seed here? Nomad experts are higher by good margins. Ayre are the lowest seed. They could actually have played one bracket below, but they wanted the challenge, so they signed up for the higher one, which I respect the decision. Good. Walls are on easier to make pathing for the ships difficult, but that dock is not going to go up for Azu, that's for sure. Azu back trying to hit the gold of Nezal Vili, but doesn't succeed since the gold has been since there's been added a defensive tower of the gold over here. Okay, still using range, getting a villager kill there. So I take back on some good good aggression by Azu here. So extensive walling here for the sofa, and now chasing the galleys with fire galleys here. Not sure if he'll be able to catch up though, but there's a forward aggression with the fire galleys as well to deny walls of Bpeng here and snipe some villagers maybe. Stealing some buffaloes while it's at it as well. While in the south, Azu seems to have a good control of things right now. 8 galley to the fewer fire galleys of Red for now. But remember, Red did go up to the feud late at a much higher pop, so that castle transition, depending on the ship's investment, should be a lot smoother for Nezahual Pili here. Fire is both red and yellow here, and yellow takes a choke point here. We're gonna get a good engagement against Nezual Pili's fire galleys here. 1, 2 down, probably the third one as well. Really good work at keeping the numbers low here, but that extended village play is going to come back and bite them in the ass as well. Bpeng will still be investing into feudal armies, going for some demos here as well, but the red player, however, will be aiming for the castle age any second now, and maybe, possibly overwhelm the opponent's armies with stronger options. Azu with some hit and run here, but doesn't mind these 4 galleys all that much. Decides to go and try and hit the the gold of yellow, red yet again here. There's the cast list for Azul with consistent numbers kept here for the green player. Means more galleys to become more galleys in the end. Food eco is being heavily contested though, but here comes the demo raft to even out the numbers a bit, and some galleys on the way back home to deal with these already weakened fire galleys. Again, keeping Nezahulbili off gold here. Taking out the tower with galleys here, in fact, but most importantly, restricting gold access for red, meaning that red will either have to use the market here to get eco for upgrades, or find gold somewhere else. Move to stone now, so there might be plans of a castle here at some point, or even just more defensive towers. Guard tower, I feel, would probably work out as well. Heated shot eventually to deal more damage from towers and castles to ships as well. And military numbers quite equal there. Eco quite equal there. I'm surprised this is so similar between the two teams, because the elo gap is quite large, I think. With the galleys, you can always hit and run, though. Be paying will be going cast station not too long. The Sofa will be beating them to it, though. The resources are there. I think the Sofa is only missing the second building, possibly, or buildings even. Market, blacksmith, some sort of blacksmith down here. I think he misses the mark to get up here. Oh, release the gap. I'm gonna try and find the Excel sheet now where I have it. So Nomad Experts average 1v1 elo between the players is 1782. While for Ayre Esports it was 1613, but Azu had to replace one of the teammates with an even lower rated one because of scheduling issues and things that came up. So could be that Ayre's average elo here is even possibly below 1600. And by average, I mean that I've taken current and highest elo of the players into account when doing the seeding, and then doing the average of that again. So some of these players are above 1800, or have been above 1800 as peak as well. And they're actually playing the higher brackets as well, so it should be interesting to see how they perform there. I hope this is in-game lag and not my game or cap rage messing up. Azu is up, his teammate is on the way up as well. And yeah, Ethiopians and Sicilians sometimes comparable here. Did see Nezal Pili go to stone, but that was for another defensive tower, I think. And military size is still comparable. Okay, so it's a local lag then. I have no idea how to solve that, to be honest. Yeah, I might need to restart. Yeah, agree, doing good here. Keeping consistently high numbers as well. Definitely outnumbering the red player here. But now the clock is kind of ticking to contest B Peng's numbers as well, wherever they are. He pulled them back home, of course, to ensure that the galleys can become war galleys before fighting. Why was green in staggered formation? I don't know. I don't see these things. Literally no idea why. Green is doing work here, great work against red here to keep red's numbers low and try and obstruct the eco as well. Could still take out this watchtower, I think, because it's still just a watchtower. Bipeng is getting leather archer armor. Is he actually going for archery? Because that doesn't apply to ships at all. You need careening from the dock. Maybe Blue isn't really an experienced water player even. No careening. Yeah, it's perfectly fine to ask. I don't know why you would use staggered formation. Ships stack, I don't know if it's an advantage. Oh, yeah, I have a potential answer. It's a way to avoid demolition ships hitting multiple ships easily. That's probably the reason. When already in the choke point as well. To use staggered formation so that you don't lose 5 ships to 1 demolition ship shot, right? Even though you have galleys to snipe. Even though you have galleys to snipe them, if you have 1 lapse of attention, you could suddenly almost lose 5-6 ships if you're too tightly packed. Like this, for example, if you send a demo here, you weaken at least 5 ships. So that's probably the explanation. But it's becoming pretty clear that Bipeng doesn't know or doesn't think about that ships need upgrades for the docks to get armor. He researched leather archer armor from the dock. Yeah, even had the second armor archers, but that doesn't have ships. You need to research careening in the dock, then you get +1 defense for your fire ships and galleys. Good engagements for, not good engagements for blue here. Blue is severely outnumbering yellow and making life awkward for the Ethiopians here. Yeah, it's huge, but still the numbers are here. But since Bipeng hasn't got it and did get that archer armor, Bipeng probably thinks that he has the ship armor going here. Right hand side, Azu is pushing. And again, keeping red's numbers low, only 17 ships for red, while Azu has 29 and also making all demos maybe to aid the left hand side.